Now is Tennessee Republican Congressman and member of the House Oversight Committee, Tim Burchett. Congressman, did the GOP make the case?
Yeah, well, I think so, ma'am. You have to take it all the way back years and years ago that the president, or then the vice president, his involvement. And then you take it up to when he had announced that because the rub's been that he was not president when all this occurred. But then if you take it up to the point he announced that he was president, the $250,000 wire from the Communist Chinese Party to his resident that listed him and his residence as the recipient. Bank records really don't lie. And nobody's, the talking point of the Democrat National Committee and frankly, most people in the national news is that there's no evidence. Yet this obviously is pretty clear about what's going on. And, the trouble is we've got a crooked Justice Department and they're not going to do anything. You've got the then Vice President of the United States on a tape saying how he had somebody fired. But if you address that timeline, that was the time that his son Hunter was on their board, had passed the phone to the big guy, had received large amounts of money. I mean, you have minor children in their family, frankly, who have received wires of large amounts of cash. And yet we have an IRS basically that's saying they don't have to pay taxes on this. And it's none of our business.
Congressman, what do you make of some of this new news that also came out? Did you hear this relating to, quote, the big guy? Of course, you know all too well that there were all these references. And now there's a new report that it's the younger brother of Joe Biden, and it's Frank Biden, who was telling a business executive, the business executive, according to the Wall Street Journal, is saying that there were meetings when the vice president was in office that suddenly Frank would say, you know what, I got to leave, basically, because the big guy's calling me my brother. And then you also see this, too, as well. What are your thoughts? Does it look like it's closing in on the big guy?
Yes, ma'am, and I don't think this is by accident. I think you're seeing the Democrat Party realizes that this ship is taking water, and there is no loyalty in this town. LBJ said, get a dog if you want a friend. I've got 3 at home. Unfortunately, they're not here with me. But the truth is the Democrats are pulling out on Joe Biden. And I think what you'll see again, I've said this before, and it's almost mainstream, that Joe Biden, that Hunter and him will take the fall. And then Joe Biden will use his mental capacity, which is obviously drifting very much.